See, I'm doing the intro right now. That's like 18 seconds.
Sweet.
And I'll just jump in and be like, hey, the CrunchCast does, and guess blah, blah, blah. Any one of those deals. It'll be totally sweet.
Ain't nothing.
That's what I hear. Oh, and there we are. Check it out. This is a CrunchCast number 17 with our new best pal Jesse Sosa, also known as Skanker0 on the Polycount and on his .com and the other internets, as well as Twitter as of like just now.
Yep.
And
I'm jealous. I wish I could lose my Twitter virginity sign up again.
That's, anyway, I'm Chris Holden. This is the CrunchCast. Check us out at crunchstudios.com. Over here is Brian McConnell.
Hello.
Our resident stud and rapist-looking guy, I guess.
Rapist-looking guy.
Apparently, that's what people say. That's unfortunately what people post on the internet. But you can't trust those forums. But yeah, let's talk about Jesse because he's here, and Jesse is I would no better way to put it, like a highly accomplished character artist. I mean, you've been making characters for a very long time, very successfully, and most notably, you did some characters for Grandma's Boy, which I think is awesome.
Oh, really? Wow.
Though you may have your own personal opinions of what you think is one of your more notable pieces. But anyway, yeah, go ahead, say what you want to say about whatever you're doing.
Well, first off, I now have 4 followers on Twitter, so that's
sweet.
pretty
It's
cool.
about to be 5.
Lucky.
At Skanker0.
No, I've been in the game industry for over 10 years now. Professionally over 10 years. I've been making characters for about 11 or 12. Back before I got into the game industry, me and my roommate, best friend at the time, Juan Martinez, or also known as Monster, we formed
he's badass.
Team Dallas. Yeah, he's over at Robot right now. We did Team Dallas, and we made a lot of game models for Quake 3 Arena. And, I guess about a year or so after that is when we both ended up breaking into the game industry and pretty been doing that ever since.
That's how me and John Jones got started. We were making player models for Quake 2.
Damn.
Whoa, freak out. He's like the next generation. So all you out there, you better fucking make some rage characters if you want to get anywhere. I guess. I mean, just according to science that we just proved. You haven't updated your website, skanker0.com, in a while, but it's still... I still hold a lot of admiration for it. I think it's a really cool layout for a site. It's a good-looking site. And you've got... like, your site is one of the first that I ever saw that... you have everything on one page.
Yeah.
And I thought that was the coolest shit ever. I'm like, wait a minute, he's got his thumbnails and his resume? And I adopted that on my own site like a while back based on that, just because I thought that is so cool. It's all right here. And you've got that totally naked broad on the right. That's
that's my favorite
That always
part.
helps. That always helps make money, I'm sure.
It's on my resume, too. I don't know if I sent you the link for that. I don't know if you actually saw that. But yeah, I have the same demon girl on just naked on the side.
Naked on the side.
Well, yeah, and I'll get to the whole... I should address that now, the whole why I haven't updated in 6 years.
Oh, sure, yeah. We're going to talk about that, I figured. I mean, just a little.
My last update was 2005, and that was right after Grandma's Boy and Spy Hunter. Basically, after that, we rolled right into Ghostbusters, doing a pitch for Ghostbusters and some Indiana Jones game. And pretty much that was 3 years of my life, this huge chunk.
Just doing pitches and stuff, right?
Well, no, it was just development on Ghostbusters itself. The thing was that I started off as a character artist, and then I became character lead, and so I really didn't do much art at all.
Hear that, ladies? Lead.
I pretty much spent the 3 years managing, outsourcing, doing all that stuff, just making sure that we could meet the deadline on the character side, and making sure everyone had what they needed, basically. So outside of outsourcing documents and Excel sheets and stuff, I didn't really have much to show. I did, however, make art for it. It's just not a big quantity of art. During Ghostbusters, I also worked on 3 SNK projects, Metal Slug Anthology for the Wii, King of Fighters Orochi Saga for PS2 and the Wii and PSP, and SNK Classics Volume 1 for the PSP, Wii, and PS2.
Fanboys unite.
The thing with that is that I played more art direction route and UI artist and designer kind of thing on those. So again, it's not the most exciting screenshots I could put up. Better than nothing, because I do actually have an interest and love for UI and design. So it just wasn't a big enough update. So after that, we rolled into Star Wars Connect, and again, I worked on that game for 2.5 years. And I can't show anything until it ships, so I really have nothing to show for that.
Coming up for this holiday, right?
I believe so. It got pushed back, but I'm not sure if it got pushed back for this holiday or if it got pushed back for spring of next year, because it was supposed to come out in November-ish.
Oh, it's supposed to come out soon. That's the whole idea, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Yeah,
happy about that. So yeah, that's the whole explanation as to why I haven't updated.
Sometimes that happens, man. There's been a few times in my life where I was like, I just had a job for a while and didn't really think about it. All of a sudden, I'm like, oh, look at this site. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Who's this guy?
I have no room to talk. I haven't updated my site at all since graduation. So.
Yeah. Brian's a youngster.
Yeah.
By graduation, he means high school, and that was like last month.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm just kidding. He
How long have you been in the industry, Brian?
A little over a year and a half now.
Oh, wow.
So yeah.
You're almost a veteran.
Almost, yeah. I can't wait for that. But I love it. I'm having a lot of fun. I have some work from Nexus that's going to look decent in my portfolio, better than all the stuff that I have right now, which is all just college stuff. So
yeah, of course.
I don't think I had anything outside of my life drawing. I really don't have anything from college that I really show off.
Yeah, exactly. And I know it's going to be like that in the future. I look at some of my work now, and it's like, wow, that is definitely beginner quality. It's kind of funny because now that I think about it, a majority of the students that I went to school with, they all wanted to be character artists, and it's just I even wanted to be a character artist for a long time, but it's just one of those things that it's such a difficult field to get into, as well as a lot of people want to that's their goal. So I don't know, it's just such a hard thing to be. So I have a lot of respect for you, Jesse.
Yeah, I would generally say that there's not as much room for character artists.
Yeah.
Just because there's not that many characters in games versus everything else that's in a game. Yeah, there's games where it's all like watching a movie. Now that's a different story, but most of the time you just don't need that many characters, and the ones that are doing it are really freaking good at it because there's so much technical shit behind getting a good character.
Oh yeah.
And right before we get into that, I just want to make one last note about your website. I always digged how you had your games on the boxes you worked on the side. I thought that was super cool, and that was one of the first times I've seen somebody do that. So I also stole that idea, which is on my website. You can see it right now.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's just
such a good idea,
I had so many websites before that design that were just horrible. You have your splash page, and it's like, welcome to this and that. Click here to enter, and you click here to enter, and it's like
big crazy thing in frames.
Yeah,
it's an art piece. It's not a website. Oh god.
And I think I read through. I don't know if it was John Jones, if he had put up his article at that point in time, but I remember talking about it on Polycount, or Model Design. We were discussing the fact that for every click that you have to send an employer through, that's like one less employer that's gonna want to look through it.
Oh yeah.
And so I just kind of. I think blogging at the time was starting to get really popular. So I looked at a bunch of different blogs, and I just thought about, well, why don't I just put it all on one page? And since I'm a character artist, do vertical thumbnails as well, as opposed to
those work perfect for characters because you got pretty much like the head and torso.
Yeah. So I mean, it worked out for me, and I don't know. I guess that's just. It's like I said, UI is one of the things I like to do. So I am planning on redesigning it though. I'm planning on taking it down. So. And just putting up kind of a temporary thing with like some of the games that I worked on and just some very basic information. And hopefully after Star Wars Connect, I'll be able to put it all back up with a whole new color scheme and probably similar layout, but a whole new color scheme and overall theme to it.
Do you know what program do you use to do your web design? Do you use Dreamweaver, or do you have any background experience in web design at all?
Basically, I do the quick rough out in Dreamweaver, then I go back and I clean it all up just by hand. I studied basic HTML. I self-taught it to myself. I read the Idiot's Guide, the Quick Start Guide, and some other ones back in college.
That's all my websites are. They're all done in Notepad, just by hand. I'm like, derpa-derpa-do, whatever.
Very nice.
I just want text and shit on here. I want my content to be the important thing.
Yeah.
I know the art side of Dreamweaver. I don't know the HTML side, the technical side. So I was just curious.
Yeah, a lot of that site is tables, and it's like a bunch of web colors. So there's like very little images. It's just a bunch of web colors and gradients and stuff that are all procedurally done.
Yeah.
So
cool. All right. Why not? Let's just talk about character stuff for a little bit. One of the things I was just mentioning right before I segued into that, so we could just get those points out, was how technical character art can be.
Yeah.
Now, if you're doing, if you're just trying to get out there and you're making environment props, this is no big deal. You throw a box down, you search Google for what you're looking for, and you throw it on there. You put that through Crazy Bump, like an idiot.
Yeah.
And then you just you hit the showers. But when it comes to characters, these guys, their arms have to bend all which ways, and depending on, I don't know, if you're doing an RTS, it's just simple animation, like you got a walk cycle, and then it dies or something. But characters are pretty fucking hefty these days. If you're doing a fully articulated characters, fingers, like a mouth, eyes, all that shit.
Yeah.
You ever have any experience of like animated faces for characters, like rigs and shit? Well, you did like major characters in games, I'm sure.
Well, yeah, I'm more on the. I'm not so much on the rigging side, but I am on the. I do a lot of technically complicated, or I don't know if that's the right word, but I do a lot of complicated characters.
Well, you have to at least have a command so the riggers can work with something nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Proper edge loops and everything is very important for when it comes to skinning.
Yeah.
So. And I'm sure you have a great understanding of that.
That one girl on your website's got some nice edge loops.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah, that one was all right. I think I was hand modeling a bunch of that, so it's a little messy. I'd probably go back and redo the whole thing now that I've learned a lot. I did that back in 2005 or 2004-ish.
Oh, wow.
So that's, I just never really put it up. But, yeah, no, it all comes down to an understanding of edge loops, really, and edge loops... and the way everything flows around for the shapes and the contours of the body,
especially
being
the
able
female
to
body. Jeez, it's like all S's, right? Everything's an S. Is that the word?
Yeah, you want to stay away from boxy shapes on the female body, but it just comes down to that. And one of the things that really kind of, I don't want to say it upsets me, but it is kind of disheartening to see a lot of the newer students coming out. From some of these colleges and stuff, they get taught ZBrush, like first and foremost, bam, ZBrush. And I really dislike that just because they don't ever really get taught how to properly do low poly meshes.
The basics and the foundation before they take it to, yeah.
Exactly. I pretty much fell in love with video games back in the PS1 days, like with Final Fantasy VII and stuff. I mean, those characters were like...
That's about as first time 3D as you can get.
Yeah, very low poly.
And it really struck me how the limitations that the character artists were given on how they can actually create a good looking character with such like hard I don't even know really what to say. I'm kind of at a loss for words.
Where you can see every polygon on those characters.
Very restrictive specifications.
Yeah, every polygon is obvious, but the character is still so recognizable.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what I think they're failing to teach right now in schools, because it's all just revolves around ZBrush. And I'm kind of old school, and ZBrush, I got my controversial views on ZBrush, and I'll say them from time to time, but I personally think they really should push low poly first and really focus on that, because I mean you can sculpt all day, and spend all your time on crafting this beautiful sculpt, but in the end, if you can't you make it fit within the restrictions, then what good is it?
Right.
You have to, no matter what you're making, character environment, you still have to consider what's this going to bake out to as a low poly mesh. Like, how's this going to look like on an Xbox, on a TV? I mean, really?
Yeah.
It's you got all this micro detail. Fuck you, dude. Come on.
And the funny thing with students using ZBrush is they don't mind doing the sculpting part, but when it comes to the texturing part, they get a little bit lazy. So they don't spend too much time on like the diffuse and specular channels that they should be, which brings me back to the low poly characters like on the PS1 N64 days. Like those were like mainly textures. They were all textures just because the polygons were, I mean, I assume just because the polygon count was so low. So I don't know. Yeah,
like PS1, especially, I think Final Fantasy, they basically had eye textures and I think they were like on 64s or 128s. I can't quite remember what their texture looked. Well, like Final Fantasy 7, for instance, their in-game models, I think were on 64s.
Oh wow!
I'm thinking 64 for sure.
Holy cow!
Because we were doing 128s. We had limits to like all 128s on PS2. On some early projects. But.
Well, on Blood Rain 2, we actually were able to do 512s, which was, like where everyone was like, oh, wow.
Whoa,
but
who are these guys?
Yeah, we only did that for the main character, but everyone else was
one character. You hear that, folks? One character for the whole game. I mean, one main character just got a 512. Everything else just got shot out. And it looked. If you thought it looked good, then those people were talented.
Yeah. Well, it's the other thing that bothers me too is you got character artists nowadays that are doing like 2048s on bodies and 1024s on heads, but then you look at the resolutions that you're going to be displaying this content at, and there's not even enough pixels.
It's not even that many
on
pixels
the screen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
How big is 1080p anyway?
And so you'll get swimming, you'll get shimmering, in the distance when the computer monitor is trying to decide, which pixel to render. You'll get your shimmering and all that. It just looks awful.
It just doesn't do anything for anybody.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's just a lot of those little technical things are what people really take for granted. And so when you start micro detailing in man, I could just go on rants.
That's the whole
another
point.
thing. The other thing about ZBrush,
tell me how you really feel.
All the micro detailing people do on ZBrush, you have just so much detail, and they'll spend all this, extra time, extra days, micro detailing the hell out of this character, and then they're going to cram it and bake it out onto a 2048 or 1024, depending on the character. You lose it all,
I think I forgot. I think it was on the Turok game or something. I was reading the guy that made all the sculpts of the dinosaurs. He said that there were plenty of them that he's got to spend a lot of time on, but he said the ones that ended up baking out the best were the ones that he just kind of shit it out as quick as he could do it, like a real fast one that just had bigger shapes.
It's
just
all
bakes
about
out
broad
nicer.
brushstrokes.
Yeah, exactly. God, that was the other thing I was thinking about just then. Yeah, I always love it when someone posts a character, like, look at my character models or whatever, and it's like some look at that cat. You kidding me? It's like some kind of monster or whatever, and it has, besides a few. Like a big profile, like limbs. It has a few big shapes that are defined, and then like elephant skin. Like there's no frequency of detail, like no medium level detail, no small detail. It's just big shapes and skin or a rock, some bullshit. It's like we can see through that, guys. It's not real.
Oh man.
So what you eating there, Jesse? Cookies?
Yeah, pumpkin cream cookies.
Nice.
Oh, you.
Halloween spirit.
Halloween spirit.
Yeah, that's almost around the corner.
I'm pumped. You're a character artist. Are you gonna be anything cool for Halloween?
I'll probably be in my bunny outfit and I'll put something over it.
Nice. I really like the picture of you in the Pikachu hoodie or whatever that is.
Yeah, that was last year's Halloween here in Austin.
Oh, okay, nice. I'm just a big Pokemon fan.
So. I like how happy you look in the picture, too. You're the most excited guy in the world. I don't even know what I'm going to be for Halloween. I've got all these exciting plans for it, but I've done nothing but just let my beard grow out and see if for some reason that can help me in any way. Be some kind of like a warrior. I'm going to be a Viking.
Oh, Viking. I think I am going to go with the sexy saxophone.
Sexy
saxophone sax man, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I'm going to do
Just
that.
YouTube sexy sax man out there, folks, and you'll be laughing.
I need to get some tight leather pants, some really tight leather pants.
Yeah.
And then,
I've got those black blue jeans. I was
okay.
going to let you see if you wanted to
Yeah,
try
dude,
those
I'll try
out
those on
for
if I want to be the greaser.
He's got the
Yeah.
greaser costume, too, where he's
Yeah.
got a sweet leather jacket, and he's going to do his hair up and go, hey,
Yeah.
oh, Andrew Dice Clay. Little Miss Muffet sat on it. Yeah, you know. Like, no one in the audience knows what that is because they're on college. They're like, "Who's Andrew Dice Clay?"
It's a sad day.
So Jesse, is your bunny costume? Is it like a full bunny, like a full
Oh, he
furry
hasn't
bunny
seen it?
costume, or is it
I don't
just
think
like a
Brian's seen it.
sexy?
I may have seen it before.
I was.
Hold on, I'll find you a picture, man.
Is it on your
Okay, cool.
Facebook?
Yeah, I got it. I got it real quick here.
Because I was thinking about
what
going
I said.
as a bunny as well, but mine would just be like the sexy bunny where it's just underwear with a fluffy tail,
Yeah.
and
No.
then the head
Mine is
thing with the ears.
possibly sexier than that,
Probably.
depending on definition of sexiness.
You had a buddy that went out to a club. He's like, "I'm going as a bunny for Halloween." I was like, "Sweet." He bought a pair of those little bunny ears, like,
Yeah.
and just a cottontail, and then he put on tidy whitey underwear and just went out like
Nice.
that.
There you go.
And I was like, "All right, all right." I got
There's
you.
a link.
How did you send it to me in Skype or something?
Oh yeah, Skype. Can you do that?
Yeah, I just got to figure out what I need to click to make sure.
Technical difficulties, folks.
Oh shit.
Well, I've got you. I got your picture here, but oh wait, there it is. I click that. There it is. Okay, I just had to. It just brought your video up. I didn't want to break anything.
That's you can't see it, but I'm wearing a big white tutu as well. I have a little tiara, I have the little pink feather boa, some
I think I remember
fairy
this.
ears, and that pink thing next to me on the cushion was this huge, like 19-inch double-ended, translucent pleasure device. I don't know what kind of rating we're going for with this podcast. So,
Well, it's on YouTube and.
oh, okay, so this big dildo,
It's in
and you can
for
like
no
swing it
one.
around.
Oh yeah, yes, that sure
That's
is.
my fairy one.
I'm gonna put that picture on the screen so people can see it. Ah, look at this guy.
Go for it.
All right, it's done.
I bought it. It was like $100, and I've gotten so much use out of it. It's just fun. I'm not a furry or anything. I just think it's ironic, that this big guy is dressed like a little fairy bunny, and I've dressed in all kinds of.
Well,
different
that's
iterations.
that's the only thing that's held me back from like doing like a gorilla suit or something stupid like that. Like I always had this idea, it'd be funny to dress up in this suit. No one, you're like, hey, you give people hugs because they like it.
Yeah.
But then I got on the internet and I was like, what? What is this? Oh man. Oh man.
Yeah, this
my
year-
Halloween plans are ruined.
I think this year my roommate's doing a big gorilla, like a big ape, in a security outfit,
Big
and
ape.
I'm looking at possibly buying a inmate outfit, so I'll be all like a little bunny, and then my other friend has a panda suit that he rented specifically for this, so we're gonna get him to be a convict too, and he's gonna be leading us around.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey,
That'll be
there was
fun.
another Rage art dump.
Oh, sweet.
Struve.
Joey.
Yeah, he posted. It's a bunch of fucking cars,
Whoa.
and they're pretty cool.
Sick from here.
Oh, by the way, for those that don't know what we're talking about, on Polycount, as you guys know, id Software's new game Rage just came out. I like to say hardcore games and funny voices. This is my thing. Deal with it. So yeah, the other day, Rockstar Vitality, he posted all of his Rage characters. I'm gonna slide it up here on the screen real quick. Doop. Yeah, look at all
Oh
that.
man,
He's so cool.
I just model tires like that too.
And Struve, another artist from id, just dumped a bunch of fucking sweet cars. So yeah, go to Polycount and check that out. It's pretty easy to find.
Do you do a lot of hard surface modeling too, Jesse, or do you just mainly do characters because you're such a badass like character?
Stop it, Kitty. I do both.
Okay.
That Doom Guy trophy.
Actually, seriously, yeah. Here's some tires that I modeled.
Damn, this guy posted a lot of shit.
They're exactly the ones that Joey did, except I didn't curve the treads. That's cool. because those are awesome tires.
Damn, this post just going so much shit. And by shit, I mean good stuff.
Like Michael Jackson shit.
Damn. God damn, Michael Jackson.
Dude, I'm going to use that for everything. I'm not just going to use it for bad.
He did pass away, and it's unfortunate.
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, that's some really cool art, and sorry for diverting the attention of the show for a second there, folks.
No, this is awesome. They need to go to Polycount and check it out.
You should check it out. It's right there. And if most people that have probably listened to the show know about Polycount, so I think we're all straight here. But if you don't, it's polycount.com. You go to the forum, and
you sign up.
You read all the silly things all these people argue about. It's ridiculous. But if you go to the Pimpin' and Previews section, it's the only place you really need to go in the whole forum. Everything else is just a bunch of bunkus. Tech Talk is dope and all, whatever.
Actually, bringing up Polycount, I want to push that thread that I started.
I wanted to talk about that too, but I wasn't sure when we were going to segue to it, but it seems like we just did.
Yeah, we're on. Let's go for it.
For those that don't know, Skankers Eat Row, you're pretty much like a mod over there, right?
Well, only mod of general right now.
Sure. You posted a sticky, getting into the game industry, inspiration of a different kind. But you also posted a thread to kind of go along with that called, how did you get into the industry? ? Yeah, these are threads that I was actually going to reply to. I just hadn't had a chance to. But these are threads that are things that we talk about on this show a lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to link the show as my post. Not this one, the one where we talked about it. No, cool. I'll make a real post. I'm just playing. But basically the whole idea of this post is you're like, hey, talk about how you got in.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Fucking Justin Meese still has his old Quake button. That's funny. I could probably dig mine up off somebody's site.
I should look for mine.
I wonder, I bet you... what's funny about Polycount is when someone's like, people from the industry, could you please blah, blah, blah? And there's always a few motherfuckers that reply, well, I'm not in the industry yet, but I'm interested in this thread.
Yeah.
You're going to get a few posts like that in there.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to model one character. I'm going to throw a diffuse, a spec on it, and a crazy bump. And then I'm going to post it. It'll be my first post, because I'll just sign up for Polycount. And then every advice that I get...
You should use for your name, do a nickname.
Okay.
It sounds weird anyway. Like, it doesn't make sense to... Like, it's a made-up word. So it's like, irrevescence.
Okay.
But you have, like, numbers as some of the letters.
Yeah.
Sometimes use caps.
What's that called? Leet?
Like leet speak, but not full leet speak. Don't do it all the way because that's easy for people to read because they're used to it. You got to like make up your own bullshit. It's really drives home the point that you are not getting it.
Yeah, exactly. And then all of the feedback that I get, I'm just gonna reply.
Just go straight Kofu on it.
Yeah. I'll just troll. That's what I'll do.
Oh, you and half the user base.
So be prepared for that, people.
That'll be awesome.
Right on. So what's your? Do you have any like main goal behind the thread besides this obvious clear one of hey, let's just help people out and tell this information?
Well, generally, I speak at conventions like anime conventions and comic conventions and stuff. And I usually speak on how to get into the game industry. I usually get a panel of like 4 or 5 guys, and we'll just basically tell them. We'll basically tell them. We'll share our story basically of how we got into the game industry. And I'm actually kind of surprised at how many people benefit from that. It answers a lot of questions for them, and a lot of people looking from the outside looking in are very confused as to what steps to take, how to get into the game industry, and they feel very alienated, or they not alienated. They feel like, I guess everyone's world revolves around themselves, so it's always like, I can't get into the game industry. How did you guys get it? You guys must have just been so good that you graduated from college.
Well, this company just had to put asses in the seats, and I wasn't any good, but my buddy worked there.
Yeah.
Next thing I know, I was on this awesome project with awesome concept art and came out with a badass portfolio.
Well, hell, Jesse, next time you're doing a speech at an anime convention, you can mention this podcast, because we talk about that stuff quite a bit. with
Oh,
all
yeah.
of our new guests and stuff. Actually, you're the first guest we've had in a while.
Yeah, we talk about anime conventions.
Yeah.
No, you mean getting a job.
breaking into the
every
industry.
time. It's like this starts with their like life story, I swear.
Is that your only? Is that the main topic that you do, or is that just one of the small things that you touch on at these conventions?
Well, it's definitely got to be the main thing people want to hear.
Yeah, well,
That's the main panel that I do. I've been doing that panel for about 7-8 years now.
okay.
I've done all different
Holy
kinds of
shit.
panels, so I've done a lot of them. Just from every different aspect. I've brought people in. We've demoed some of our games before release. We've brought in dev kits and actually demonstrated how a game is created by going through all the steps, and we've done a lot of different stuff.
A dev kit is a very interesting thing. The first thing that I explain to people about the dev kit, if I don't really know them, is I explain how it's no good to steal.
Yeah.
Because you can't do anything with a dev kit except apply the current build you're working on through all this software and fucking game compiling, and then put it on there, and then it only runs that and nothing else.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just a big hunk of shit.
Yep.
But you need them to make games, and I think that's the good reason that they're like that. So if you do get, less chance of getting robbed, maybe.
Well, they
or
also have
more-
serial numbers, so if you steal them and try and sell them, and
You're
they can track you down pretty
You're
easy.
fucked.
Yeah.
It's kind of a weird thing the way certain things going to come together like that. You just started all these threads, and last Friday I started writing this big article. I don't want to give away too much of it, but I'm up to 7 pages.
Oh shit.
It's called "Wanna Be a Game Artist," and it's a step-by-step everything. It's like here, I'll just run through the current topics of
Sweet.
what is game art, education, software, including 2D, 3D game engines, hardware, networking, building a portfolio, as in the content, and then the portfolio website, including a template and a little bit about writing HTML and Notepad, a little bit about demo reel, resume, and then applying for jobs is like a pretty big section too.
Wow.
And that's just where it is so far,
awesome.
around 7 pages. And like I said, it just happens that you started all this at the same time, kind of around the same time I did. It's like we both connected to the universe at the same time, and the muse was giving us the same signal, and we felt it is the right time that people need to know. Like, things are coming up, things are changing, people need to know what to do.
It's got to be brainwaves, dude.
It's got to be brainwaves. And then we connected by beards and short haircuts, short Caesar-like haircuts.
I still can't grow facial hair. I don't know what it
What a
is.
sucker.
I can't grow hair anywhere.
You'll
besides
never
my
be a
feet.
man.
Never be a man.
Dude, Brian's got some hairy-ass legs.
I do.
What you need to do is get a transplant up here.
Up to my face from,
Yeah,
my,
maybe
from my calves. Yeah.
Get full-on Santa Claus, but you have these nice, clean, sheen calves that the girls will be like, I like a man that shaves his legs. But it's still rugged.
Oh man, I'm trying to find this GIF of this guy getting a beard punched on him, but
Oh,
I
yeah,
can't.
the beard
Oh,
slap.
that was pretty
Yeah,
funny.
that's...
Beard slap. That's
If
what
you
it
haven't
was.
seen that, folks, you weren't on the
You're
internet last
missing.
week.
Because
Because everybody on Earth reposted that thing on everything. Every site that I went to, every fucking social thing I checked, all my buddies, everybody.
was it just that?
The beard slap.
Was it just that GIF, or is it from
Just the gift.
something?
It's just something somebody made and put on the internet, probably. Or
Nice.
from some TV
It
show.
looked pretty sick.
It's really fucking good.
Yeah.
That transition to him having a beard is really good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, actually, it was done really well. But
Good
yeah, he needs a
camera trick.
pretty good beard slap, in my opinion.
Beard slap. Well, he was talking shit and didn't have a beard. It's a beard slap.
Yeah, I think it just going back to what we were talking about posting all this stuff up. I think it just goes back to our personalities. I'm always really looking to help people that are on the outside looking in.
Yeah, dude. I got so many people jobs. Actually, dude, Justin Meesey really hooked me up the other day because wasn't it you that bumped his thread?
Yeah.
Yeah, you bumped his thread from 2004 where he's like, I don't know what to do. And he replied to that thread, a pretty thorough reply about what really happened, and he mentioned me a couple times for slapping him around and saying stop being a pussy and just make art. Because that's really all it is. It's what's holding most people back is just this confidence in themselves. It's like, don't worry about anything. Don't say I can't do this. Just say, look at that art. Say, I got to do this. This is what I have to do now to do. If I want to be able to do this job, I have to do that. And you just put your mind in that path and you do it. either you can't or you can't do that, and if you can't, keep practicing.
I was going to say, if you can't, just go occupy your nearest city.
Yeah, go occupy your nearest city. Get a drum circle and some hemp clothes.
I'm not touching on that. I have my own
politics
opinions.
isn't so great for this show because
There's a lot
we're
of them.
retarded and don't know anything.
Yeah, there's a lot of them out there that have the right idea, but there's a lot that also don't. So I'm going to leave it at that. But funny, I was trying to pull a joke out of
Well,
that.
in Denver, we have the Occupy Denver guys. They're just like a couple blocks up the street from us, so we can check them out whenever. But went by there the other day. It kind of smelled like
I was going to say
old
it
beer.
stinks. Yeah.
It smelled like PBR cans. That's what they love out here.
Anyways, sorry. That's very generous of you, Jesse, to be so helpful to people.
Yeah, Jesse's always been a good guy.
Well, it's I was helped getting into the game industry. You know, at that time, Polycount was almost nothing but noobs. You know, there was very, very few professionals. Maybe
Now
like
it's
Wrath,
mostly professionals.
Wrath and Gwat, and a couple other guys that were actually professionals there. You know, Derelict and all them. But Alpha Wolf too. Yeah, actually, there wasn't very many. So you know, we all started and helped each other, and you know, just. It's all paying it forward, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah, I remember those first few guys having a job, like you're saying, like those guys like Wrath and them. I remember those were like the very few guys that had jobs, and it was like, oh, that guy, man, I can't wait.
What?
And remember Rorschach or Kevin Johnstone? He was one of those early guys that got in, and he's gone right to the top.
Where's Roar anyway? Oh wait, no, he's at
Epic.
Epic, that's right.
He's at Epic, making amazing art dumps every few years.
I confused him with Red Church because Red Church was at 3D Realms working on Duke Nukem Forever back in 2001.
Yeah, that poor guy.
And I don't know what happened to Red Church. Red Church and Rock'em Sock'em were both there. I have no idea where they went.
I could give you an update on Red, but I don't know right now. Actually, ask John Jones, because they're still really good buddies.
Okay.
Actually, he's on my G Plus now. Fucking Red Church, but I haven't really been keeping up with what he's doing. Anyway, that's not important at all in the show. We're just talking about people nobody knows. We're just reminiscing here, folks,
Just
about
showing
being
our
old and
age.
stupid.
I was interested.
That's a cool story, but yeah, I'm just going to throw this out. I think the last time I made a character for a game was 2003.
Wow.
I made a character for a prototype of the
Damn.
Nano the game we were doing.
That's over half a decade
That was a
ago.
Serious Sam 1 engine.
Wow.
And yeah. But that's, I mean, I've made characters since then, but that was the last character that was actually in a game.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. Wait,
Man,
actually, I don't want to break NDA, but
what?
I was thinking about Nexus.
What about it?
Well, fuck it, you made the whale, dude.
Oh, the whale doesn't count as
That's
a
a
character.
character.
It's a
Yeah, it
whale,
is.
but it doesn't count as a character.
I'm going to count it as a character because I was the one that rigged it and animated it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that
Guys.
counts.
I'm a professional character artist. Fuck you.
Man,
No,
I came off of Star Wars. You know, I basically became the droid guy because I'm very technical with my stuff and very thorough and very accurate. So I became the droid guy. There's just so much about droids you got to do right when it comes to inverse schematics and all that stuff. The one character that took me longer than any character I've ever worked on was General Grievous, and that came out to almost 2 months worth of work.
Oh, dude, imagine.
Just
trying to
Isn't
get
that
it all
the
right.
robot with like 4 swords or something?
He's got like 4
Four
arms, yeah.
I had to make it all work, and you know, all the pistons and everything, all the pivots, everything had to work. So I went from that environment over. Now I'm at King's Isle, working on the latest
I'm loading up a
update
picture
to
of
Wizard.
it. It's this fucking guy. Sees a robot with all these fucking parts and arms. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm at 40 some characters now in 3 months.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's
That's
an
a lot
awesome
of
feeling.
characters.
But dude, General Grievous, that must did you have to help rig him? Or I mean you had to work with the riggers, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well,
Very
when
closely.
I left Terminal Reality, they hadn't rigged him yet. I don't know if he's going to make it into the game or not, but they apparently did rig him after I left. So I'm not sure. I did the best I could to leave it there.
Oh my god, dude,
It's
that's
a
a
very
nightmare.
technical robot piece. I remember back in me and John are making player models for Quake 2. He made a battle droid. And
Those are
look, you only had a few polygons to work with back then anyway, but it was kind of an annoying technical piece to UV and get all that shit right. It's like, god damn. And this is back in fucking 1997 too, so we're just like, ugh.
Oh fuck.
There's no tools at all.
Yeah.
I can kind of relate to your pain, Jesse, because I've tried to make a robot before, but I mean, whatever. I'm that's pretty
Big
cool.
boxy robots are fun because they're easy.
Yeah.
But super technical, like all the exposed parts, Terminator.
Well, I tried to make a transformer. I modeled my car and everything. And
I've made a few Transformers in my day, and that shit is hard.
Yeah, dude. It's
even the most. I've got a box full of. I got a humongous box full of Transformers, but I have all those like little ones, like the micro ones that used to come inside the other ones. So I was like, okay, I'll just start with one of these little guys. It's literally just burp. I'm a robot.
Yeah.
It was
Dude,
hard.
It's a fucking bitch.
It was very technical.
It
was just so technical to get all the rotation and everything right.
It's it can be very technical, but once you got it, you got it. I had the pleasure of writing up a technical document on how to create androids for our engine for the Indian and Chinese outsourcers. That's a lot of fun.
Oh god, yeah, I did. Well, that's what I did back at Mythic. I was outsourcing for India and China, so yeah, I did write documents every day to those guys. And it was cool. I liked it. They were all good people. It's a different. It's a very different experience.
Oh, I love working with outsourcers. They're great.
Unless they suck.
Well, yes, I've worked with some pretty bad ones too. But
speaking of
for the most
outsourcers,
part,
I want to mention Art Bully for their work that they did for us on Nexus.
Yeah,
They've also just recently, I guess they released a bunch of their art for Homefront.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they got So if you go to their website, artbully.com, go to the portfolio. Woo, look at all these crazy characters. I'm just going to scroll it so everybody can be like, what? Yep. And the Nexus characters are in here, so that's why I'm scrolling. They might be on page 2. They're on page 2.
They did the weapons and the characters, right?
Characters,
yeah.
There they are. There's our boys from Nexus. Yeah.
Damn.
God, I want to pay upwards of $10 to $15 for this product. When can I buy it? When can I buy this game on Xbox 360, PSN, and Steam? I wish someone could tell me, because I would like to fork money over for it right now. Okay, these aren't for us. This is something else. All right. Sorry about that.
Here's
we have to promote a little bit.
Are you doing any personal projects these days there, Hesse? Or are you just...
Yeah, I was actually going to link you to this animation of a character that I did. Huh?
Didn't
I
you
didn't do
send
the
me
animation.
You sent me like a message a little while back about some game project or something you're working... I don't even know if this is true.
Here, see if you can open that.
.mov.
These are the characters that I'm working on right now.
Oh, yeah.
It's the level of...
shit.
I'll put this on the screen for everybody.
So you did all of this, Jesse. You did the motion graphics and... I'm just kidding.
No, I did the character art. My friend Travis did the animations.
Dude, that's fucking sick.
And that's in Maya?
Yes, that's being animated in Maya. And that's all
Yeah, I haven't seen Maya in a while. I used to work
straight
in
up
Maya.
diffused. There's no...
Oh, the
nothing
sword
on there.
goes into the shield and becomes a bigger sword. I get it.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be. That's cool.
That is fucking cool.
Those are... I mean, that's the level of complexity. So, like I said, I'm a very technical character artist, but making all
That
that
looks
stuff
very technical.
work.
I like that it like opens up and comes to life. It's very interesting.
There's another one there for you.
We should... Can we link all these, or are you just sending them through Skype?
These are I mean, they're fine. You can show them. That's fine. I wouldn't put the link up there.
Yeah. I'll just show this one.
This is the personal projects that me and my friends are working on.
Suck on that, bitch.
Wow, that's fucking cool.
It's a guy on a buffalo. Yeah, those are dope, man. I like that.
Dude,
Thanks.
This is where I get all of my inspiration, so this is awesome. Oh, my headphones fell off. Shit.
I got a bunch. I just don't have them all on.
No, that's fine. Don't worry about it, because that kind of stuff, as fun as that is for us to talk about things and show them off, people that downloaded the MP3 that all work at King's Isle because they can't stream there are like, huh? So you're going to have to hook them up. But since it's you can link it to them should
Directly.
you feel the need. But yeah, that is the thing I've heard from a few guys is studios don't really like them streaming the episodes, so that MP3 works out great for everybody. And for those
Yeah.
of you that don't know, I put the MP3 up first. It's usually the exact same file name every time, like CrunchCast _ or like just a number. If the underscore is not up, I'll tweet that usually as soon as it's up, because it's the smallest file. It goes up a lot faster than a full video.
Real quick, Jesse, what was the name of that animator? Your friend that animated that?
Travis Therrett. He's one of the senior animators and rigger over at Terminal Reality.
Okay. Wow, I was just curious. I'll remember that for later. So, or I'll just go back and watch the CrunchCast again.
And watch all
go
the
way
previous
back.
episodes.
Yeah, I need to catch up. Did you say 17 at the beginning of this one?
This is 17.
Wow.
I missed 16 then.
Dude, that was 16 was me and you.
No, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, I was here.
One with just
I was
you
here,
and
though.
John, just Chris and John.
I do that sometime, yeah.
Yeah.
It all depends on what's going on. Like sometimes Brian is a huge player, so 13 was just me and John.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Because he had a date or something like that.
sweet.
And 11 was me and John.
Oh yeah, I do remember 16 now. Okay. Never mind, we're good. We're back on track.
It doesn't, like, to me, it doesn't really matter who's on here. Like, I don't have to have people on here, but I just like having people on here. You know what I mean?
It is
Like
a lot
specific
easier.
people.
It is a lot easier with 3 people.
Yeah.
It's more comfortable.
You get used to a certain format, and one thing about just being on it, like, it's like after you do a few, it's like, I want to do more.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
It's it's like-minded conversations from people just having a good time. And you talk about interesting things, like all this crap that I would have never known about this young, hairy man across from me on Skype who has cats that are jealous of his beard.
Have you guys ever met before?
I don't think we've actually we've probably been to plenty of shows, but just never crossed paths. Probably.
Oh, I see.
Well, I've actually have never been to a show in the United States.
Okay.
You communist.
Usually, when I save my money and I go to Tokyo.
That's a cool idea.
That's what I do.
I usually ended up like going to, like last year we went to GDC, PAX,
Yeah.
all those freaking shows. Had a great time. Run into so many people, but not this guy.
I've been wanting to go to PAX. It's just, E3 is just this big show. I mean,
Oh yeah, I didn't go to E3 this year.
For me, if I'm going to spend my money, like I said, I'd rather just send my money or save my money, and go to Tokyo, TGS or something like that.
Yeah, travel the world, bro.
Yeah.
I like to go to Tokyo, bro.
It's actually easier to meet people in Tokyo because if you're an English speaker, everyone just flocks to you. All the other
I thought you were
American
going to say
devs.
because you could see everybody's head.
I'm huge in Japan.
Yeah.
So you guys just started chatting through Polycount. Is that like kind of how you guys met?
Well, we've just both been there for so long.
Yeah.
We've never been like super pals or anything, but I would just say generally there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we've known of each other's existence, and we've coexisted on Polycount and commented on on
We've never had an internet rivalry.
Because I've seen your website before, actually, Jesse. Before this, Chris.
Yeah,
Chris,
I've
showed
always
it to me.
spoke highly of your work.
Yeah.
which is actually kind of strange. I've actually had people come up to me. Several people actually now have come up to me and said, "Yeah, I heard Chris talking about your website on CrunchCast," and I was like, "Oh, cool." So I mean, it's more and more people are starting to listen, so that's good.
Nothing but horrible things.
One guy walked up to me as I was wearing my Polycount shirt, and he's like, "What's your Polycount name?" And I was like, "Skanker Zero." He's like, "Oh, you're the hot chick guy." And I was like, "Yeah."
The hot
Where'd
chick
you hear that?
The hot chick guy. Nice. I wish I was
It's
the
just
hot
good for
chick
selling
guy.
you, and it's unfortunate you did all these droids. Did you put any boobs on those droids? No.
No, I have some stories, but they have to be off the record, so we'll wait.
Okay.
I don't want to say anything yet because
Yeah.
That'll be on the
trouble.
blog, the special episodes.
Let's get him some beer so we can spill the beans. No, I'm just kidding.
It's all good,
trust
bro.
me, I got plenty of stories.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, right now at work there is a drawing on the wall-size whiteboard that we have, which is painted with the whiteboard material, of the QA tester drawn as like a weird robot monster thing, but he has a giant dick, which also has a dick,
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
which is pretty awesome. because the head of the one penis is kind of like the cuttlefish of Cthulhu from Gwar, which is an entity of its own. So it has a face on the end of it, but the face kind of looks like meat wad. So somebody drew Master Shake right next to it.
That's what I was wondering why Master Shake was just sitting there.
Yeah,
okay.
Now you get it. Now you will only
Where's
see...
Frylock at?
Now you'll only see meat wad when you go by.
Yeah.
You gotta add Frylock. I was going to, but I was like, I couldn't draw him by like mind. I want to get a picture of him and just be like, oh, yeah. I gotta trace people.
There was a whiteboard terminal. This was back during Ghostbusters. I think it was in Austin's office, Austin Klein, or one of the environment guys' office. It had like 60 dicks on it, 60 or 70 dicks, just drawn by everyone. And then someone complained. Someone, I don't know who it was. It was probably like maintenance or someone were complaining it was making them uncomfortable. So the next day, all the artists went in there and turned them all into something. But they didn't erase the dicks. They just made them into something else. And so they just had all these little random drawings all over. It was really cool.
It sounds silly that people would do that. Just draw dicks all the time.
Oh,
just dicks all day long. But if you listen to the Futurama commentary, they talk about how all the whiteboards in the office are covered in dicks.
Yeah.
Even there. So, suck on that.
So it's like a universal. It's definitely a universal.
For some
trend.
reason, that is all guys want to draw.
Yeah.
I've always had a fascination
Polycount
to
is a
do
penis
it.
tank.
And I've never liked the movie Superbad. I don't like that movie at all. But now I'm starting to gain a little bit of respect for it because of how the main character draws penises.
The movie Superbad is just one long dick joke, really.
It is.
It really is. It's nothing more.
But, anyways, what were we talking about? Oh, yeah, dicks. That's right.
Let's get off of that topic.
Trust me. Oh, so many dicks, man. God.
At our old office, Chris and I went on like this. We were like really into Pokemon. Well, we've always been into Pokemon
things, yeah.
But we draw all these different characters, but they were just all different sex parts. So
is try to hide something sexual, but then draw kind of like it's a little critter, and then give it a name.
A funny name, yeah.
Funny name. We just drew a ton of them. That is stupid.
It's back and forth.
For the main bad guy in Blood Rain 2, he's supposed to be like this macho kind of guy, this ladies' man type of guy. So we normal mapped a big dick going down the side of his pants and left it in there for a couple days. But obviously it had to get taken out. But it was just awesome.
Yeah, nice.
That's the only reason his texture is not mirrored. That was the only reason.
That's pretty funny.
Oh, people.
Oh man, there's a lot of dicks. There's a lot of dicks.
Yeah, that'd be weird if you had like two really long dicks.
Just for the benefit of the audience, that whole Grandma's Boy thing.
Yep.
If anybody that hasn't seen Grandma's Boy, you should check it out. It's pretty funny. It's about the video game industry.
It's got Nick Swardson.
Look, overall, it's a stupid comedy movie.
Yeah.
And it's all there is to it. Like, it's a dumb movie, but it's got its moments, and it got some funny things in it. But one of the things that it has is the main character is developing his own game. And I guess you made a bunch of characters for that. How did that even go down? Like, how did you get hooked up with that?
Well, we were working on Eon Flux at the time. We had just started, rolled off of Blood Rain 2, which both games were by Majesco. They were wanting to do a game with Adam Sandler. And so it was one of those scratch my back, I'll scratch yours kind of thing. Majesco also wanted to advertise Demonic, which is a game that we were working on at the time.
Yeah. Did that game even come out? Was that a real game?
No. That lost its funding. But basically what ended up happening was, they came up to us and they're like, hey, Majesco wants us to work on this Adam Sandler movie about video game development, or QA testing, I guess is more accurate. And they need help making a game, or two games actually. One was Demonic. They just decided to use Demonic. The other one was Eternal Deathslayer 3, I think is what it was, and which was their Mortal Kombat kind of extreme fighting game. And they came up to me and they were like, all right, Jesse, you got a week and a half. Can you make all these characters? Well, we had 3 weeks. A week and a half is what I had to make the characters. Then they had to get rigged in a couple days and then put into our game engine, animated, and all that stuff. So I was like, sure. Unfortunately, though, the only thing I asked for was I wanted cardboard cutouts of all the stuff that was on set that I was going to be rendering. I never got that, so that pissed me off.
Damn.
But that was the only thing. I was like, I'll do it, and because I worked lots of crunch for that, I was like, I'll do it only if you let me do this or give me this.
Yeah, they never did that to you.
Yeah. And
You heard it here, folks. You need to step up, find those cutouts, and get them to Jesse. And if you don't, you're in breach of contract, and you are guilty in a criminal court.
My friend's dad's a lawyer.
Yeah.
we'll start an Occupy Hollywood for it.
My God. And that's one of the things I noticed about those characters is they seemed kind of like he used techniques to make them look as good as possible.
That's cool.
With as like simple, you know what I mean? Like, and I mean that in the best way possible.
You're absolutely right.
We had a week and a half. How many characters did you do in a week and a half?
Actually, let me go count because a couple of them were just straight out of Blood Rain 2.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Like, I'm gonna put one of these characters on the screen right now. This one character from Grandma's Fire Chick.
Fire Chick.
Okay,
yeah.
Fire Chick is such a great example because she's literally just like boots and nothing. But she's got all the effects, so the effect is carrying the character more than having to worry about it so much. And like you got this guy, the Bone Crusher. I mean, he's a cool character, but he's pretty much he's a guy in a mask.
He's all procedurally.
Yeah.
It's just black, and if you look at the spec, it's all solid.
Exactly.
Yeah, I did. I actually modeled him in a day. I think
Voodoo Pharrell reminds me of that. Or Farrell, yeah. She's pretty much like a lot of solid black with just a top hat. So the hardest part of a female character is gone, the face.
Yeah, she's actually a reskin from one of my Blood Rain 2 models, and then I threw
she kind of looks like it,
skull and a top hat. Actually, the top hat came from the animator. He's like, I want to put a top hat on her. I was like, sure, why not? And I'm like, all right, I'll make her voodoo. And it's just all black. I mean, this literally was, like I said,
dude. Schoolgirl Rain. Obviously, she's Black Rain or Blood Rain.
Yeah, Schoolgirl Rain, Dark Rain, and I guess you can say Voodoo Feral were all straight from
Volrath is like the main character, right? From
that was such a horrible model too.
Yeah, I can look at it now.
Man, those wires are just like crap.
Yeah. Look on his site to find the wires, folks, before he deletes them. No, I understand exactly where you're coming from with all these. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
God dang, dude.
Yeah, but it's 2.5 or not even 2.5. It's a week and a half's worth of work. After work too. I wasn't doing this during work hours. It was like come to work on the game, then 6 o'clock hits, work on that.
It sucks that you didn't get their cutouts, but I still feel like it's a pretty good payoff for you because it's actually in a movie.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. It's a good pickup line too.
Yeah, hey, I'm the guy that worked on Grandma's Boy.
Well, I make video games for a living. They're like, oh, like the movie Grandma's Boy?
Yeah,
and I'm like,
exactly.
Well,
oh man, I get that so much.
Yeah,
too.
we hear the same thing all the time.
Dang it.
Now I can be like, I do a show with the guy that
I have to explain to so many laymen
YouTube show.
I have to explain because sometimes I just say software development. I work in software development because having to explain to people that I'm not a tester and I'm not a programmer, they tend to not. The layman tends to not understand the difference.
So you program the art.
Yeah, exactly.
Program the graphics.
I've heard that a lot.
So
you program the art.
I'm an animator, so I make the characters move. They're like, oh, so you do a lot of like programming and stuff. It's like, oh, yeah, yep, I type code.
That's dude.
But
yeah, it's pretty. I just say I draw the characters. That helps a lot.
Oh, okay. That's a good idea. Yeah. Digitally sculpt. I guess that's more
confusing.
Yeah, I guess that's more ZBrush and Mudboxy language.
So you use clay?
I try to use the word sculpt, but it doesn't necessarily work out all the time.
Yeah.
They usually just skim over. They go, just move on. Next target.
Play games for a living.
Yes, all I do is sit around and do nothing but play games all day.
Yep.
And collect an enormous check that makes me so rich that I'm pretty much a 1%er. That's what game development is all about, is how effing rich you are from all these major titles you ship every day.
I can just see you holding a sign.
Like when I worked at EA, oh yeah, I made Madden.
Yep, I made it.
That's all anybody would ask.
That was me.
I made pretty much all of Madden. I do the voice for the announcing too. Check this out. And then
So what we got here? Is a receiver can't see.
What you want to see here is the quarterback wants to put the ball in the hands of the other man, and if he can get past the line, they'll score.
The object of the game is to score more points than the other team.
Oh, that was like a classic bit. Man, what a good guy.
Oh shit.
So what would you say to some young punk, snot-nosed kid that said, I wanted to be a character artist besides don't do it? Like, I mean, like the actual positive, and like, okay, well, look, okay, you can do this and you got a chance kind of situation.
Basically, oh man,
that's a hard question. I know it's character development. That's a tough question for me. I'd have to think about it myself.
Yeah, there's a lot of different things. First off, I try and read the person, see exactly, what kind of motivation they have.
Yeah, dude. I've had to deal with. I mean, you've probably been here too, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. I've had so many people that either come in for an interview at a place I'm at, or they just come in to check out the studio, and you can just immediately read what's happening here.
And you can read their face while they're saying the words, I wish I was in game development. Or something along those lines.
Look, just give me a chance. I can learn. Nope.
The ones that always approach me are the ones that are like, I have this idea for a video game.
Yeah.
And it involves
I can't tell you because
with a sword.
I can't tell you because it's too good of an idea. It's confidential. And it's like, all right, then fuck off. You have no idea.
Yeah.
You know what I do, folks? When I have a game idea, I build it in UDK and put up a YouTube video of it that night. My subscribers know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I roll. I'm like, I got this idea. And then I make it and I show it to you. That's what people do when they've got a game idea. They don't hold it back in their head. If you get it in your head, you don't have a game idea. You have a fucking packet. You have a stack of napkins that you're destroying.
It's, I don't know. I guess one of the big things I'll always tell people is, first off, just educate yourself as to what you're about to get into. Really, it's not playing video games. It's not the Westwood College commercials. It's not Grandma's Boy.
Yeah,
it's
dude.
none of
Fix
that.
the graphics tighten up the graphics on level 3.
Once they fully understand that, then I start kind of, I guess, picking them apart and seeing exactly where their passion lies. Because it's easy to say that you want to make characters, right? But not everyone knows what goes into making a successful character. Not everyone's good at it. Some people actually don't even consider, doing other things in game design. Like no one considers the fact that now we have UI artists.
Yeah. Yeah. Another thing about the people that want to be character artists is it seems like a lot of them don't even want to study anatomy, and that's the most important part. Well, I mean, I assume, but but yeah, especially like whenever you see a female character modeled and it's just all boxy and it doesn't look anything like a female, it's because females have curves and I don't know. Chris could explain it better than I can, but
no, I can't. I don't even make characters. But no, what was told to me a long time ago by a character artist is he said chicks are S's and they're curves, and he kept expressing that to me. I was trying to make a female character. I'd never made a female character before that I felt was of any quality. And this was, years ago, and I was like, I'm going to do it. And I know it's going to be hard, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to make one that looks hot. I'm not going to stop until she's good. And it was the hardest fucking model I've ever made.
Yeah.
But it ended up coming out pretty decent. So, but like I said, it was so much like just small tweaking just to get, like, if you have one little vert off, disgusting. I can't tell you how many female characters in games aren't female characters. They're just monsters.
Oh God,
Just you see a female character, so you're just like, oh, just a monster. It's just disgusting.
It's just like, I think Gears of War 1. I think that one, the females were really off but I think they kind of got their act together for Gears of War 2 and Gears 3.
I was kind of freaked out that Cloud from Final Fantasy VII was in Gears of War 3. But then after they released a few more pictures, I was like, oh, this is just a female character. That's why she's in. I mean, she's fine now, but early on I was really confused. I didn't understand what I was seeing in a Gears of War screenshot because it wasn't wearing 300 pounds of armor and just loaded with fucking growth hormone and shoes.
Females are definitely a labor of love. You really, really have to know what's going on with the female, or it's just going to be off.
Yeah.
You just there's no room for that.
So
messing up.
So Jesse, did you get like a doctorate's degree in like anatomy?
No,
or anything.
I just no.
He got a boner
dropout.
degree in anatomy.
I'm a college dropout. I went to the art institute long enough for them to start teaching me NURBS, the way of the future, and and that's about once I started having a class all on Rhino 3D, that's pretty much where I was like, I don't think this is exactly what I want to do. I want to make video games, not pre-rendered Pixar stuff.
Man. Good choice, man.
So yeah, I mean, I have your average, I don't know, half a year, maybe 9 months worth of human anatomy education, life drawing. That's actually one of the things I would always tell people is if you're going to want to be a character artist, you have to go back and take your life drawing classes again.
Oh, yeah.
Anatomy all the way.
The way.
Yeah, and you have to be serious about it too. It's none of this. It's not beneath you at all. It's seriously. Oh shit! I remember that.
Yeah, you remember her? I just put her over the screen. I'll put her over again. It's not. Look, I look back at it, and it's not great or anything, but it was the one, like somebody that never made characters, my one shot at trying it out. It came out all right. I made a few characters.
What
after
year was
that.
this?
Huh?
What year was this?
Oh, good God, I don't even know. Actually, let me. If I check my timeline here. Actually, I could probably check the timestamp on it, but I would say 2004 to 2006. Maybe.
You have the max file. You could send it to me. I'll tweak some areas.
That doesn't matter. I made it in Maya, actually.
Oh, yeah.
And I probably still have the Maya file.
Yeah, like right here, like right off the bat, the first thing, like when you're talking about S's, you see that shin right beneath the knee. You have the area of the shin that comes forward, and that really should be concave as opposed to coming forward. Like just like tiny little things like that will make it more feminine.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, because the shin armor right now comes out. It's convex, convex.
This
pops
vertex,
out.
pretty much.
I'm going to move it to the screen so we can see what we're talking about. Right there.
Like that's just right off the bat. That's like the first thing I would suggest. And then there's a couple other things like the way the top the thigh high boot. You either want it to come up high in the front and low in the back, or
I know that now.
Stuff like that. But, and it's just stuff like that. It's.
But as far as a guy that never made characters, like John really browbeat me on this character to get it fucking to this point. But that was, like I said, years ago, so I wouldn't even know what to do. What's that?
I said I like the face.
The face was fun. I enjoyed that. That's oh god, I forgot the artist. It was some artist that used to just exaggerate characters. Not like a character artist, but a guy that did like paintings and statues. I could look him up and find him, but anyway.
Yeah, find him because I think I know who you're talking about.
So
looks like Indy. Sorry.
Jesse, I was going to ask. So, like, when you're given, I take it you're given character concepts, most likely a front, side, and a three-quarter view or something along those lines. So you're probably given all sorts of concept art, right? And then,
if you're lucky,
it depends. It really depends on the project. I've had projects where that's the case, but right now at King's Isle, we pretty much concept whatever we make the characters, we concept them, we take them all the way through.
Oh, cool! So you get complete artistic reign on characters at some times or at some points.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
There are some where you get concepts as just like a kind of an inspirational painting, and then you work off that. But most of the time, it's all the guys that they hire are really comfortable with just creating their own concepts and doing it. I don't require a turnaround sheet. I'll just make it up as I go.
Oh, cool. Okay. Have you ever gotten any like really, really deformed characters, like possibly not very symmetrical, like joints coming out of places you wouldn't expect joints to be coming out of, and you like kind of have to like use your understanding of how joints work to decide like where to put these made up joints?
Oh, like some kind of freaky mutant.
Yeah, something like that. I know it's kind of a weird question, but I was just curious because
I don't think so.
The reason why I ask is because a lot of people don't understand that, like, you see that Spider-Man with like four arms. He's got like the two arm, like those two underneath arms would just be flopping around the entire time.
Yeah.
People think that people will believe anything, but I mean, technically, those arms underneath him would not be able to do anything but maybe like curl or something, and that's about it. Because you already have a shoulder joint above it. I was just curious along.
Yeah, I did make a forearm character for Aeon Flux, but she was kind of under some armor, so you really couldn't see how her shoulders. Basically, she had to have 4 shoulders.
Yeah.
So that was kind of hidden. No, but I really haven't done anything that's been exposed like that, other than droids. But droids are all different.
Yeah, I see. I was just curious. I kind of wanted to make that point too. Like, for a character that has wings, in order for those wings to work, the chest bone of that character would have to be like 2 feet out farther, just because that's the way birds are. I mean, that's the way birds are able to fly. So, just weird things like that.
Makes chickens delicious.
Yeah. So don't believe.
It's all anatomy. I mean, it really is. I mean, you could be making up, fabulous monsters and mutants and stuff, but it all comes back to the form of the function underneath all that.
Yeah, you have to follow the standard laws that are given to us, basically.
Damn. Sometimes you can get away with it, but I think it always helps to have an understanding of how things work underneath.
Yeah, and you can always get away with it. That's our job, is to make it so we can get away with it.
Yeah.
But
a little bit of deception there, a little illusion, a little smoke and mirrors. Smoke and mirrors, a.k.a. video games.
Yeah. So,
oh, yeah. Games are nothing but.
I got off topic there, but I was curious about that.
That's kind of on topic, so.
Yeah, it still is.
If you want to get off topic, I can be like, dude, I got these new jeans at Target over the weekend because it started getting cold because it's October, and I'm like, I need more than one pair of pants I can wear all week.
Yeah.
And they're just so comfortable. I'm just so happy to wear these jeans.
I actually need to buy new pants, too. It was 55 this morning. I was very, very happy.
In Texas?
Yep.
You were happy that it was 55 because you wanted to chill down, or?
Yeah, no, man. We had a hell of a summer.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You guys were like
crazy.
Hundreds for a long time.
Dude, it was the record-breaking summer. We
were on fire.
Mm-hmm. Literally. There's pictures of this stuff.
Run, jump, and panic.
Yeah.
That stop, drop, and roll bullshit.
Dude, it got so bad in Texas that the immigrants were going back across the border to Mexico. No, I'm just kidding. It wasn't that bad.
It got pretty bad. I'm crazy for moving further south, but there were a lot of times where it was a lot cooler in Austin. I use the word cooler,
Cool.
But it was cooler in Austin than it was in Dallas by a couple degrees at least. And that's because Dallas is further north.
Yeah. I consider Texas a whole nother country. We still have it in our whatever it is, our Constitution, the Texas one, whatever it is, that we can basically leave the United States whenever we want to. Nice.
Cool.
We
are only part of the United States because we say we are.
Nice. United State of Texas.
And if I recall correctly, we're the only state in the United States that can fly their flag at the same height as the United States flag.
Nice.
Hey, really?
Speaking of states, have either of you guys seen the... look at that cat. Have either of you guys seen the new Kevin Smith movie, Red State?
No, I want to, though.
I watched it today. Oh, my God, you got to see this movie. It is so intense. Kevin Smith, the first Kevin Smith movie I ever saw was way back when he made Clerks. It was in black and white. And I was like, what is this? And this is way before Mallrats and Clerks 2, all that was going on. And I was like, this is a cool movie. I like this guy. And he made a bunch of movies, a bunch of them were great, whatever. But this new movie, It is just intense. Do you have any? Do you know anything about it? Like what it's about at all? I don't want to spoil it.
I haven't even seen a trailer.
I don't want to spoil it or anything, but
I had a friend that recommended it to me, but I'm always like, I'll watch it. Don't ruin it. But I'm fine. It just don't give away any very specific spoilers. But you can tell me about
the basic idea of this movie is, you know, that Westboro Baptist Church that goes and pickets funerals and stupid shit like that.
Yeah.
It's based on that, but it's like a different guy. It's like a guy, but the actor, fucking, oh my god, let me look him up real quick, make sure I get his name right.
IMDb.
Yeah, I'm on there right now, and I had his name, and then it screwed me. I was there, I'm like, oh, there's the guy, Michael Parks.
Okay.
Dude, Michael Parks is an awesome freaking actor, man. This guy was like the main pastor of this church in the movie. Like he played that Fred Phelps character. And coming in, I didn't know anything about Red State, but I listened to Joe Rogan's podcast, Joe Rogan Experience, and he had he always talked about how good this movie was. 'Cause he's like a buddy with Kevin Smith, I guess. And so they had a podcast with Kevin Smith where he came to his house and did a podcast just like this. And this thing lasted over 4 hours.
Oh, shit.
It was ridiculous. Most of the time they squeeze it in around 2 hours or 90 minutes or whatever. They had a 4-hour podcast of them just talking. And they talk about Red State. And one of the things that they talk about for a very long time is how awesome Michael Parks is. And Kevin Smith gives a lot of background information about working on this movie and working with Michael Parks and the way that Michael took this character. He was like, here's how we want the character to look, and it was basically just based off that fucking Phelps guy that does that Westboro Baptist Church. But Parks took the character and made it his own. Like, he picked out his own wardrobe and his own character and stuff. There's this, like, big start of the movie, like, sermon he's given where he gives it, like, in one big take. And he does the whole thing himself. Just like, they said they took him to the church, and he was, like, walking around the church, and, like, he had like, memorized the script and figured out what he wanted to do, and he was walking around the church finding his own cues and placing his own marks of where to stand. He said this guy, like, he had so much respect for the actor anyway. That he knew the actor was badass, and that's why he wanted him for the role. But when he started working with him, he kind of wanted to, like, be a director, because that's his job. Kevin Smith's job. He's a director. But he just kind of let him run with it for the most part. And when you watch this movie, it is just, from start to finish, it is intense. Like, just intense movie. It's really entertaining, and John Goodman is in it.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
And again, you think, oh, John Goodman, he's funny. Kevin Smith, no, it is just
brutal.
It is real. It is fucking real. And I forgot the comedian. I should probably look him up, see if he's see if I can find him on this list. There's another guy who's a comedian that he's only there for just like a little bit, but it's just funny to see him as like a cop role.
Would I know Michael Parks from any other? You're on IMDb. I mean, would I know him from any other films possibly? The name sounds vaguely familiar, but
Kevin Pollak. He's like a comedian or something, right? He does all this funny stuff. But he was in this movie. Anyway, what about Michael Parks? Like stuff that he's in?
I was just curious where, because I mean, he sounds like he's got a lot of experience based on what you told me. But
Michael Parks, there he is.
I keep skipping his. There he is.
He's in Kill Bill.
Yeah, he's in
Dust
Kill
Till
Bill
Dawn.
1 or 2. He's at 2 different characters in Kill Bill. Is that crazy? Yeah,
Huh.
Dust Till Dawn. He's but he's a guy that's been around in movies and stuff from way back. Like he's got a very long list, I guess. When's his first shit? His IMDb credits go back to 1960.
okay.
Damn.
Wow.
So, do they number them? They don't number them anymore like they used to. But
Well, yeah, it says...
dude, he was on an
actor.
episode of Walker, Texas Ranger.
Oh,
He's
okay.
got 133 titles
Dang.
as an actor.
Yeah, so he's got experience.
So yeah, this guy, he's... Oh, he was on Twin Peaks? Yeah, anyway, Michael Parks, badass actor, does a badass performance in Red State. You should watch Red State, movie by Kevin Smith. It's cool.
Okay.
I recommend it. I watched it today. It was intense. It was awesome.
Checking that out tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Wait, is it
I had
after
forgot
midnight?
to actually watch this.
Yeah, I forgot about it too, man. I totally forgot. Then I just saw its name written down somewhere, like on this. I was like, oh, Red State. That came out, right?
Have you guys seen either Attack the Block or Dale and Tucker versus Evil?
I don't know what Attack the Block is, but I do know what Dale and Tucker versus Evil is. Haven't seen it. Some of my coworkers saw it.
I feel like I should be writing these down.
They're on this.
Yeah. I'll
this
re-listen
video.
to this cast tomorrow. So, but yeah, go on. Sorry, Jesse.
Yeah.
Oh no, I was just seeing if you guys
Have you seen it yet? Have you seen it?
I would
You want to?
highly recommend them.
Oh, you liked them?
Dale and Tucker versus Evil is just so stupid, but
Yeah, I
funny.
heard it was like stupid funny. One of my
So
buddies
great.
said
Sounds like
he
my kind
liked
of
it.
movie.
He liked it all right, but he said that when you watch the trailer, they show a lot of the deaths, and he's like, "That's really the trailer gives off too much." But
Yeah, it kind of does.
it's still a fun movie, right? You're just going for
Oh, yeah.
fun. That's the kind of movie. It's literally a goofy comedy movie about these guys. If you watch the trailer, I'm not spoiling anything. I've only seen the trailer. It's about these two guys that are like, they're out in the middle of the woods, like Deliverance, scary, crazy hillbilly guys, but they're actually normal, regular guys.
very nice guys.
Very nice guys. They just happen to have that whole look and everything. But there's these groups of like camping kids, not like little kids, but like movie teenagers,
kids.
as in they're in their like 28. You know, they're like 30 something, but they're still playing youngsters. And it's like one of the old horror movie where they go out in the woods and this guy kills them. But it's the total opposite perspective where they think these guys are crazy and killers, but they're not. They're really nice guys and they're trying to help them out, but the kids just keep killing each other. And they think they're in some sort of suicide pact to die in the woods. And they're trying to save them, but the kids keep dying. Anyway, you watch the trailer, you get that premise. The premise, that's it.
All the stuff that happens in the trailer happens probably in the first 20-25 minutes.
There you go.
Okay.
And then everything else is, they didn't spoil anything after that.
Well,
but,
that's good.
Oh man, it's hilarious how they managed to twist these
The
cliche
the
events.
cliches twisted are hilarious to me. I love that. That's my favorite thing.
Sweet, I got
Attack
some
the
movies.
Block. Attack the Block is a British movie, British alien invasion movie about these like little hoodlum kids that are 15 and they're in their early teenage years, and they're basically like a gang. They go around, they mug people and stuff, and aliens land, and so they're basically defending their turf against the aliens using like guns and bikes and little mopeds and stuff like that. It's pretty freaking awesome. I just saw that last night, and I highly recommend Attack the Block.
Okay.
It's, I believe, by one of the writers and producers of Shaun of the Dead.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, I liked Shaun of the Dead.
That's a funny movie.
They also did Paul too, right? That movie.
Well, let's
Or,
see. Let me
I know
make
the
sure.
same actors. I don't know about the writers, but
John Cornish, Attack the Block. He did Hot Fuzz. He did Adventures of Tintin. As a writer, screenplay. Let's see. Oh, he's doing a screenplay for Ant-Man. He did a screenplay for Tintin. Attack the Block. I would definitely look that up. It's a really great movie. And Nick Frost, the chubby guy from all the Edgar Wright films, is in it.
okay. I'm slowly putting together a list of movies that I need to see because I was born on this planet too late. So
No, there's always a ton of old movies, man. That was one of the things I got into a few years back. I said I have to buy DVDs of all these old movies so I can see them and see what I've been missing. And here's the unfortunate thing that happens about watching like a bunch of classic old movies is new movies. You suddenly realize are just everything's a remake.
yeah.
Like, there's just so many remakes. Like, I Am Legend remake.
Yeah.
It was a movie with Vincent Price, and that movie got the point. The one with Will Smith didn't get the point. Anyway, there's so
Believe
many
it.
movies.
Yeah, and that's just what we're doomed to do, because there's always money to be made on the newer generations.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody forgets, and nevertheless, it's classic stories that people cling to. Like, most stories follow that same, but you only have 7 basic stories: the man versus man versus self, man versus environment. There's only so many basic plots that exist out there,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yep.
you can the creativity comes in execution.
Yeah.
And it's not really... Is it so original? Oh, a guy fucking has a dog and aliens come out. And what? This movie's been done a lot, but it's the execution of that makes a great film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any films.
Imagine if the movie... take a great, awesome movie. Like, if you take a movie like Inception, it's like ridiculous and crazy. That movie could have been stupid as crap. Really easy. Lion King. Lion King just could have faded into the nothingness, like a lot of those Disney animated films that just kind of come out and are forgotten, but it was just executed so well.
Yeah.
And they say it's a rip-off of that Japanese movie.
Kimba. The White Lion.
Yeah. But it's still just the execution that grabbed people, and it emotionally attached people through the level of execution they were able to pull off, and that's really what's important at the end of the day, I guess.
Yeah.
It's a good movie. That's actually one of my probably all-time favorite Disney movies is Lion King.
That's why I was going to go. I'm going to throw out Lion King. Show you what's up. That's right, ladies. I'm sensitive. Hey, when I was a youngster, I went to Lion King and I cried. And Simba's, when his dad died, I was like, fuck that, man.
Mufasa.
Fuck that. I'm eating popcorn. Like, fuck that, man. Where's my Dr. Pepper?
I've owned every iteration of Lion King, and I've seen it every single theatrical release that they've done so far.
Oh, you're a sweetie. You and all your pussy cats.
When I was little, I actually caught on to the one joke where Timon was trying to push Pumbaa through a log, and he's like, "Hurry up and move your ah!" and he screams. So it's like it adds like the beginning of ass, but he doesn't say ass because it's a child movie.
Oh,
yeah, it's silly.
Back in the old WWE days, Vince McMahon would cut promos, and he'd say, "Ah." He never said the S.
I love cutting words short like that. At the perfect time, it can be.
He made it legal.
Yeah. Oh, and there's that one scene where Simba lies down and then the particles spell sex. Oh yeah.
Disney movies always have crazy stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Dude, imagine what's on their whiteboards.
Perverted animators. It's the same with game development.
Yeah.
Have
It goes
you ever
back to dicks.
Yeah.
Dicks
You ever hit anything in a game? But I don't mean anything perverted. But like something simple like a logo or a name or your buddies.
In every single game that I do, I put a penguin, my little blue penguin.
Right on.
That's pretty cool.
Well, I actually took a screenshot. Let me see.
What a lot of people are trying to do these days, they try to sneak in the green tooth.
Yeah.
The Polycount logo.
Okay. Yeah.
I had to make sure it's somewhere.
Yeah, in Nexus.
Well, not Nexus, but somewhere.
Yeah. I should have said that. I'm sorry.
I did I did a Quake 2 player model way back, and there's been the games that I've snuck his name into, like, on a tombstone or something like that. It's actually pretty dope. In Warhammer Online, there's in the Empire set tombstones, you can find most of the world artists' names plus several other artists are like higher level developers as well too, because I'm a producer. Put my name on one of the tombstones too. I can't do it myself. I don't even know what 3D Studio Max is.
That's a good voice. You actually sound like a producer. You should go interview
you guys
for a producer position with that.
I know you guys are working hard all the time, but I got this idea. How about you add this thing to the game? It'll be cool.
Shit.
I don't know what that voice is. Actually, it's just kind of like your general goober voice. I've done it for a long time, but who's that one guy, that Brad Neely or something? Shoot, I don't think I said. The guy that like shows up and falls down.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm gonna look him up right now to make sure I get his name. But he also does this character. And I'm not saying that we're both stealing. It's an old school voice. It's like a voice from like old like Hanna-Barbera cartoons, or even before that.
Yeah.
It's even before that. It's something really old school.
I noticed something interesting. On my phone, it takes a while to stream YouTube videos, of course, but all of the advertisements stream perfectly.
It's this Nathan Barnett guy. You go to Nathan Barnett guy. He's that guy that's like, I don't know how to explain what he does, but it is stupid.
Nathan.
No,
Barnett.
it's funny.
Yeah.
He's that bit that's like he has this character called Stupid Idiot, and there's episodes of it on YouTube we can look up. And one of them at the very end has I think it's the funniest joke. He's like, "You don't get fresh with RoboCop." You know what happens if you get fresh with RoboCop? And he's like, bang, and like he does stunt falls. Like that's his thing. It's really funny. He's like a physical comedian.
Yeah, yeah.
And he like acts like he gets shot in the head and like falls against the wall and dies, and it's really funny. But now I got to go to the cemetery. This is a stupid bit. I apologize for just going into it, but man, he makes me laugh. He's a funny guy.
What was the name one more time?
Nathan.
You wait till I close.
It's fine. We're good. I'll listen to it tomorrow.
Nathan Barnett. I'm gonna put it up here on the screen so we can see the name.
The tubes.
Is this goofy bastard? He's funny, man. He's hilarious. But hey, we're getting to that point. We just passed 90 minutes.
It's an hour and a half.
So, for the past 10 or 20, we've been talking about nonsense.
Yeah.
So it's probably a good time to wrap
stuff.
it up. But no, it was great. It was perfect. Everything went perfect. It's the best show ever that will be uploaded to the internet.
I want the opening song to be like Nickelback or something.
It's too late. It's that stupid CrunchCast music that I made.
We should do it on
my
the
keyboard.
outro then. Nickelback.
I can't live produce a fucking song. Wait, I mean you're talking about playing a song.
We can make up.
I don't know how long you can play music
We can make
on a
up
video before it becomes illegal.
Yeah,
30 seconds.
That's what I was
Unless
thinking.
really? Is it really 30?
30 seconds.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Because
It's
I was
30
thinking
seconds
we could just make up a Nickelback song real quick. Like it's pretty easy. I was having sex with this chick, and my other chick walked in, and she was like, "What are you doing to that chick?"
Yeah, I like to argue for Nickelback just to play devil's advocate.
Yeah.
Well,
I used to be into him too. I'm not gonna lie, but that was a long time ago. So.
Yeah, I like some of their earlier stuff, but what I find funny is there's so many people that hate them now, and a lot of those
they're
people,
easy to make fun. You don't even know people that make fun of don't even know who they are. I remember when these guys were coming out, and it was like, As far as I was concerned, look, their radio music, I don't care.
Yeah,
I'm done. I'm out. I'm checking out.
Well, I think what a lot of people fail to realize is that they make a lot of money for Roadrunner.
They make a lot of money.
And Roadrunner produces a lot of the artists that those people like.
Roadrunner does make some decent stuff.
You know? And so it's all for the greater good.
Lately I got into this Tyler, the Creator. That guy makes me laugh, man. He does. I don't even listen to hip hop or rap much anymore. Like I did when I was in high school and stuff, but he does rap, but he does stuff that is hilarious. He does that one bit, that video on YouTube. It's Tyler the Creator's like "Bitch Suck My Dick." That video.
Oh, okay.
That is one of the funniest things. That it's like a legit rap song, but they're highly parodying. It's a high parody of the current hip hop industry.
Yeah.
And it's all about punching women and telling them to suck their penis, and it's talking about all the diamonds and gold that they have on their wrists and necklace, even though in the video they have none. It's ridiculous. Like I said, it's over the top parody, but it makes me laugh so much. I just can't not love it.
Yeah.
Weird how got me started, folks.
Oh, here's a cover band that I really like. They're called the Cleverleys. Have you guys ever heard them?
I've heard of them. I haven't heard any of their stuff though, but I have heard of them. So
there you go. Brian's on the ball.
They're basically a bluegrass band that plays covers of contemporary pop music, but keeps it very traditional.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, love them. They're so funny.
Oh, good for them. They're so great. Hey, how long do you think we got before Skanker0.com gets updated? Months?
After Star Wars gets updated or gets released. So yeah, potentially.
Possibly this year, possibly next year.
Probably spring next year for sure.
At some point. Either way, you should check out that site just to see, before he takes it down, just to see what a good site looks like.
There's going to be it's going to be in line with a bunch of other things that I'm working on. So
You got it going on?
Once everything kind of gets up and running, then hopefully it'll be some big re-release of my site. So we'll see how that goes.
Absolutely. Look, I believe in you. Jesse Sosa. Is that how you say it?
Yep.
Cool. We did everything right.
Yeah.
If you like anything that I've said tonight, then you're weird. Go to chrisholden.net. That's on my dumb portfolio. Don't even worry about that because it's not important. Because what you need to go is you need to go to crunchstudios.com. Thanks to James Green, who said, hey, you want crunchstudios.com? He sent me a message. He goes, hey, you want crunchstudios.com? I said, yes, I do, Uber artist James Green. And now we have it. And now it's a show, and it's got all these episodes on it. Holy crap, it's got a Twitter feed on it from the new Twitter account at CrunchCast. You know, there's another new Twitter account out there. It's called @Skanker0. You just made it tonight.
I have 11 followers now.
Oh, damn. We're not even
Holy shit, dude.
We're not even online yet, and people are following it because they're picking up this conversation
Via brainwaves.
via brainwaves.
I'm going to keep throwing that out there.
Yep.
Yeah, Jesse, this was a lot of fun. It was nice talking to you, fun meeting you.
And Brian has nothing to promote because he has nothing to go on.
Yeah.
And he has nothing going on, and I have a bone to pick with Brian because he never promotes this show. He never tweets it, never Facebooks, he never does nothing. He doesn't give a crap's ass about the opportunity that is handed to him.
I've been getting into it.
And all you got to do is sit in this chair. And
I love my followers, by the way. My 20 something followers. I love them all.
I've been working in the game industry for over 10 years, and I just now was given this opportunity to be on CrunchCast.
Well, it just started back in June, so...
Yeah.
I've been looking for a character
I was trying to make it
artist.
sound epic.
Yeah, no, it's true. I've been looking to get a good character guy on here, and I've had so many people, besides Leah Maricoon, that have, said, wait a minute, because, a lot of game developers are like, I don't like to talk.
No.
But you are a guy that already talks, so you give speeches, so you're good to go.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. The other day, God, it was like a month ago now. Hey, ULU guys, what F happened? I did a talk for those guys, which is basically over TeamSpeak because it's like an online community they do or an online education they do, which is actually pretty dope. It's just Unreal Learning University. It's just, these guys got together and they said, let's make this thing happen. And it's just a group of people, and now they've got, I don't know how many, 30 plus, quite a lot of people are involved in this, and they're just all learning UDK together. And it's a very good thing, a very positive thing. But I did a talk for those guys, and they were trying to figure out people to give talks for, and they're like, hey, let's go to the guy that does an internet show where he talks every week. He'll say yes.
Yeah.
Obviously, yeah. But it's hard. It's hard to get game developers to talk, man.
Yeah. I was thinking, would it be too overwhelming to get 4 on here? Because I was thinking, since I don't know how far you live from John, Jesse, but
well, that was the original plan. For those that don't know, which includes everybody but us, John Jones, who is a very regular guest, he also lives in Austin as well as Jesse. And we kind of had this neat idea that Jesse might go to John's house, or vice versa, but they'd hook up, so they would be together. Excuse me. And it would be you can interact together a little better when there's actually someone there to work off of. They would be there together, and it would 2 people on Skype, 2 people here. It'd be crazy.
Yeah,
it'd be interesting, but John got a very big job, and within a couple days, he's like, "Dude, I got a big job. I'm flying to LA for a month." And then boom, Monday, yesterday, hopped on a plane. Now he's there. We kind of wanted to hook up on this, but it didn't really work out. We didn't try at all because I don't even know if you can get 2 people going on Skype. I don't know how any of this works.
Yeah.
Yeah. We should look into that.
We'll
figure out how Skype works.
We'll figure it out. We'll make things happen.
Because we definitely like you back, Jesse, if you're interested.
Oh, definitely.
You're so cool.
No, it's fun.
Rugged beard. all those piercings, just making shiny things for people to go, I want touch the monitor. Shiny.
I'm sure John and I can fill like a whole episode just on education in general.
Yeah, what I'll do is here's what I'm going to do for one of the CrunchCasts. I'm going to record Skype and walk away from the computer.
Yeah.
And just be you two assholes going at it.
just leave the bomb there. Say, so what do you guys think about the Art Institute?
Yeah. Hey, you ever did this trick that this is what you do is when you're on the phone with somebody, you're talking to somebody on the phone, and then when you're done, instead of saying goodbye, blah blah blah, what you do is you ask them a very elaborate question, and then you hang up. You say, so hey, what are you gonna do today? Or hey, where are you? Hang up. Or
I need to do
something,
that.
something really elaborate. Ask something extremely elaborate that'll take a long question where they'll start talking and they'll be talking for a while before they go, hello? That is a great prank to not pull on me.
I wish I was more popular just so I could do that. But the only people that call me are my mom.
Yeah, that's the only person I use my phone for is my mom. I swear to God.
I want to shed a tear, to be honest. Like, I just need to go home and cry one of these nights. But, anyways,
how are you going to shed a tear?
How am I going to shed a tear?
You said you wanted to shed a tear, and then you just stopped.
Well, I feel like I just need to cry. You know,
dude, crying's fun, dude.
Dude, it is good.
So much
and
fun.
I need to get.
Dude, emotions are so much fun. You should have them.
It's been so long. It's been so long since I've had. Yeah,
thanks for scaring me.
It's been a while since I've had a nice, healthy release of tears.
Cool.
So I don't know.
How many people do you guys have following or subscribe to the show?
Like 3 or 4.
Because I know I'm one of them.
Okay, so and there's me, and there's you, and there's John. So that's 3, and that's 4.
Yeah,
that's everybody.
Okay. Well, let's see. I know Kat listens.
No, I have some statistics on it. There's like over 5,000 total, whatever you want to call it, over YouTube and Vimeo and MP3 downloads. It's like pretty much all the countries of Earth. Pretty much. There's a few.
I wonder if it's possible to get, like the little chat room thing. You post it up on Polycount or something and have them ask some questions or something. But that would be, we'd have to stream live on that.
Well, here's the thing about that. You can reply on YouTube. You can reply on Vimeo. You can hit contact@crunchcast.com. and submit questions, because I do get questions. I get a lot of questions.
Holy shit! Yeah, we got 4 questions.
I actually have a lot of questions that I had typed up, but they just really didn't have a place in this episode. I felt
we'll touch on them.
I was looking at them. Like I said, questions just keep getting more and more. Like at first, people were reluctant. Now I would get like 1 question, then I get 2 or 3. After the last episode, I actually got a lot of questions, and I've got them all compiled right now in an email. But I just felt that a bunch of them did. It just didn't fit in the episode. It didn't work out today.
Right.
Because for one, like I said, you're a first-time guest. I wanted to focus on characters. I want to, just introduce the world to Jesse Sosa.
Yeah.
But no, we normally will hit a bunch of questions as, I don't want to say the word filler, but they help a lot to fill time. But we filled time so strong. Like it was no problem today.
Yeah, film and music. That tends to be pretty good fillers.
But yeah, like people do regularly submit questions. I wouldn't want to do anything like a live chat, because then you end up with that problem of sitting there reading instead of talking on the show. Because that can be a big problem. I've heard that from other podcasts too. Is a lot of them agree that like a live chat or anything that is really like a live Twitter feed is really it's not working out so great.
Yeah, I would be more nervous too, because
most of it is show your dick.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you gotta do it. I guess the fans demanded.
Here it is.
There you go.
Yeah.
No, I had a friend that ran a pretty decently successful podcast, and they would basically, in their team, they'd have one person that was focused on that while everyone talked. That guy would fend off he'd filter basically everything.
Well, that's interesting. Yeah, if you got like a whole team going on. This is just me in my house with a microphone on a computer.
I don't know. Now you kind of have 4 guys, so.
Oh, so you're officially.
Yes,
you're officially part of the crew.
Stepping up. Because, I'll tell you what, if there's one thing about officially stepping up is Brian has never done anything for this show.
Never.
He is an art. I'm like, Brian, you should make our little graphics for the bottom, or you should do anything at all. And he never did anything. I ended up just crapping out logos right before the show.
I'm working on it. And
he hasn't done anything. He doesn't promote the show.
Hold on.
He doesn't tell anybody. He hates me. He hates you. He hates John. He hates Ophonic. And he hates life. And he hates God. And he hates women. He especially hates women. Look at that. Look at that rapist face carved out of granite.
No,
I'm just giving him shit, but whatever, anything that you think you can give back to us, I would say, posting it on your Facebook, you tweet it, you talk about it on the PC. I actually got onto Zach D last night. I was like, Zach, I'm really upset. You used to post my show, and then you stopped. I was just giving him shit. He's a cool guy. I like him. I like Zach. He's a good guy.
I love busting his balls.
Put him in a little box. I can break him out and be, look at this little Zach. Put him up. Put him back.
There was a time where I posted nothing but just heinous pictures on model design just to see Zach clear his screen, because every now and then he'd misspell clear and you'd see it pop up. And so me and Marine would just kind of keep posting all these horrible pictures. And he's just trying to clear his IRC screen.
His parents or something?
No, because he worked at an architectural.
Oh, yes, right. He worked. Yeah, back at work.
We're like, well, then don't be on IRC.
Not IRC, not safe for work.
But I love having him around. He's one of my favorite guys.
He's a good guy, and we're giving him a mention because whatever.
No, if it comes down to it, I'd love to do this very often. Actually, I was talking with a couple of my friends that do the video blogs and all that stuff, because I kind of wanted to see something focused on the game industry. You see a lot of game reviewers, and you see a lot of that stuff, but you never really see this, basically actual game devs talking about games and new games and stuff. So I always
the weird perspective.
I love being called a game dev. Now we got an outsource agent or an outsource manager. We've got an environment artist. We've got an animator, and we've got a character artist.
Nice.
Yeah, and we've all got other broad range.
John was a
skills.
character artist before he got into outsourcing. That was his thing.
Okay, cool. So
he knows about it, but not so much as what's going on right now.
So pretty much we're set.
I gave him shit.
What else do we need?
I gave him shit today because he was talking about working in Unreal, and I said to him, I'm like, if you had got into Unreal years ago, like I've been telling you, then you'd be so up to speed. Because I've been saying for years, man, UDK is out. Dick around with it at least. Figure out the UI. Come on, it's there. Just play. Let's have a fun time. Now you got Crytek with their Crisis editor out. Shit, and Unity. Unity. All these things are out. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Anybody that's like, I can't figure it out. How do you tie your shoes?
Practice.
What? What's going on?
Practical application.
Yeah.
That's all part of it. It's all just repeating the process over and over and getting used to it.
Oh yeah.
Look, I'm stupid as hell. Every time I do any one thing, if I figure out anything, if I make it work, the first thing I do is I write it down and I save it in Notepad. You know why? Because I'm dumb as fuck. I'm gonna forget it. You know why I write tutorials and post them on my site? You know why I post tutorials on my site? Because I don't know.
You.
They're for me. Because I forget all that stuff. I use my tutorials all the time.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, oh crap, how do I matinee?
Yeah.
That's why they're there.
One of the tools actually that I use, if you don't have Windows 7 or you have XP or something, is you go download Google Desktop, and then they got that little notepad that just runs along the side of your monitor, and you can just annotate stuff, and that's where you put your steps.
I have Notepad open all day. I swear to God, I'm not Control-S-ing because what I do is I listen to this metal radio station. Mm-hmm. And I copy the info of any awesome track. I'm like, whoa, this track is good. So I copy it and paste it into that. And also write down what I'm working on at the same time. So it's it's like both things, but I separate them later. Point is, this way I've keeping up with music, and I got my work.
I've got my Ilphonic quotes. All the good Ilphonic quotes that I've heard throughout the last couple of years. Or
cool,
year and a half.
I want to see that.
Yeah.
It's probably dicks.
It is pretty much all dick jokes.
Dicks.
Well, cool, man. Let's go ahead and wrap this up before we cross this mark where YouTube starts going, wait, you can't upload this. So yeah, at Skanker0 on Twitter. Follow him. He just made a Twitter account at Brian_McConnell. There's a lot of consonants in there, but you can look at it. It's written down. I'm going to write this stuff down. You check the info. It's going to be there.
Yes.
You follow these motherfuckers. You follow at Chris Holden Dev, because that's me. You can follow at CrunchCast now. I just made that Twitter today.
Yeah.
Holy cow, it's just news about this show. Can you believe this is real?
Can we get that show to follow me so I get another follower? Okay, good.
No, it is following you already. Can you believe
good,
this shit is real, people? The internet is really happening.
Yeah,
you can be a game developer.
I just thought, I have physical notepads. I still use physical notepads.
Yeah, look at how many notepads I got on my desk right now. 1, this is raw paper. 2, this is a small notepad.
I've got like 6 on my desk.
3, this is fucking graph paper. 4, I got index cards. This is what's on my desk right now.
I'm all digital.
But I also do digital shit. So yeah, let's wrap it up. Go to Crunch Studios. Check out all these episodes and the previous episodes. Go to YouTube. Check us out.
Can't wait to have you back, Jesse.
We'll talk to Jesse so much more because he's been a wonderful person. And I hear he's got a big penis.
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, it's more girthy than lengthy. It's not too bad, though.
Mine's the opposite, dude. It's like a strand of angel hair pasta.
That's Brian's joke. And here's my joke. It's like angel hair pasta long, but like a Pringles can thick.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm like so average, it's ridiculous. So yeah, that's it right there.
End on penis jokes.